So first of all, we duplicate the document. On the right side, we will have the artwork that will be retouched, and on the left side, we keep the original as a color reference. I fill out the file administration part of the RetouchXpress panel here. Username, design number you can put in notes, and then you can check empty layers, hidden layers, layers containing data off canvas, and it can rasterize non-raster layers too. Now we go on. Underneath you can fill out the minimum.in file, then you fill out the dot gain. You can give a separate value for each plate, and then you choose the color profile of the press or the color profile of your working environment. Of course you can install your own ICC profiles here, and then you just click on process and we wait a few seconds. RetouchXpress is preparing our file to get a very good starting point for the further job. As you can see, the RetouchXpress panel has automatically changed. So now we already have the print simulation here. You can turn it on and off. So if you compare the original document on the left to the one on the right, which has the print simulation on, you will see how it would look like in print. Of course, it looks quite bad because everything is stronger, everything is darker. You can check the plate one by one with the print simulation on. You see that all plates has information, so it's not a very good separation right now. And that's why we go to triplex separation underneath. We click on apply the whole document, and now we check the plates, and you see a big difference. Because, for example, the pear doesn't have cyan inside anymore, the leaves don't have magenta anymore, the blue sky in the back doesn't have yellow, so it's a lot cleaner artwork now. It is a very good starting point, as I said before. Now we click on the right arrow here, we go to the next panel, and we open breakouts, because we want to change that ugly breakout in the pear. We are trying to adjust it to look like the original. It's very handy because you can see how the breakouts are changing in real time. Now we clicked on Hotplate Simulation, so you will see where you have dots and where you don't have anything. So if you decide to fill up the pairs with minimum dot and you don't want breakout there, you can fill in the selection of the cyan plate, which is gonna be very useful for you because it kind of automatically selects the pairs from the background, so you don't have to make a pass around the leaves or around the pairs. If you want to remove standalone 1 pixels, RetouchXpress has an automation. You can click on Auto Clean or Auto Fill. I think it's also a very useful automation. Now let's look at the composite again with the print simulation on. So we loaded the cyan selection again. You can fill up only the pairs because it kind of recognizes the edge of the pairs. So your magenta fill up will only be in the pairs and nowhere else. If we go on and you look at the clouds, you see that it has some complicated breakouts. We don't want that. So first we get a new magenta breakout here. Pull it back a little bit, so we will have space to fill it up, not to have that diagonal line in the artwork. Instead, we will bleed it down till the white clouds. This is the idea here. So we pull the magenta breakout back, and then we go to clean and fill. We load the cyan selection again, because we don't want to fill minimum magenta into the clouds and into the trees underneath. And it's really just a few seconds and you are already done with a quite complicated fill up process. Because normally you should have made a path around the white clouds and the trees, which takes, let's say, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on how fast you are. With RetouchXpress, it's a lot more faster. So the next thing we want to fix is the cyan shadow between the two pairs. It looks quite ugly in my opinion. We will clean it out from there. And in this case you load magenta selection, and there you can beautifully clean out the cyan. It's gonna look much better. Now we clean out the bottom of the artwork. We don't need those standalone blocks. So the simpler your plates are, the better in flexo printing. We also applied an autofill. You can turn it on and off with the eye icon. Now we go to yellow plate. We make some modifications here too. We want to remove this little yellow area which belongs to the sky. We don't really like it, so we clean it out. But it cleans out the whole image, so now you click on erase and you paint it back where you needed the new breakout. The good thing in RetouchXpress is that you don't have to create selections, you don't have to create paths. Instead you use big brushes, fixing here and there, and quickly go through the whole artwork. That's what you see here on the black plate now. In the clean and fill menu you have already 5 fill layers. You can turn them on and off. You can check what you have done step by step. And if you don't like anything, you just click the eye icon and you can make it invisible, or you can delete it. It's really handy and it's really flexible. So now basically our artwork is pre-pressed. It's quite similar to the original, but we have nice and clean plates. If you want to make sure, you can choose screen simulation from the upper right menu. As you see, screen simulation means that you can see the dots as if it was really printed out. If you recognize any problem here, then you can of course go back and fix it. The last step is just comparing the two documents. The one on the left is the original, the one on the right is what we have pre-pressed. And if I zoom in the color profile, you see that we are in the environment of the press, what we will use for printout. The original document is of course still in Euroscale coated. I think it's a very good match if you compare the two. The only difference is that the document on the right, what we have just pre-pressed, is absolutely printable and it has nice clean plates. You can turn off print simulation, because this is how you will output the file from Photoshop. You see that it is a bit lighter. We have compensated the strong dot gain what we expect to happen during flexo printing. Really just for a reminder, we open the history panel here, so you can check where you have started the job. We go back to the state before the triplex separation was applied. You see that within 10 or 15 minutes we made a very good progress. I think RetouchXpress is a really revolutionary tool for retouchers.